How to cut short hair. Let's get started. So in order to cut your hair, you'll need hair clippers, a comb like this one, a pair of hairdressing scissors, a pair of hair thinning scissors, and a spray bottle. Optionally, you could also use a cape, but if you don't have one, you can always use a towel. I always recommend cutting your hair while it's wet and touching it up once it's dry. It is always easier to spot imperfections when your hair is dry. But to start off, we're going to make all our hair wet by using the spray bottle. Once it's wet, we're going to focus on the bottom. Select whatever length you want to go for on your hair clippers. And if you're not exactly sure what length you want, it's always better to cut your hair a little bit longer so you can touch it up later. Next up, you're going to start running the hair clippers through your hair from the bottom to the top. Remember to cut your hair only up to your crown section. The top part is going to be longer. Once you're done cutting the section at the back, you're going to move on to the sides. At this point, you want to be careful and not cut your sideburns. First off, you're going to cut your hair from back to the front, and then you're going to do it from the front to the back. Just imagine you're tracing a horizontal line. Take your time and go over the same section as many times as needed, and don't forget to cut the hair behind your ears as well. Once you're done cutting the hair on the sides, you're going to adjust your hair clippers to a longer setting. Next up, you're going to run the hair clippers through your hair. You want to start halfway through the area that you cut earlier and go all the way up to the crown section. This way, the haircut will be nicely blended. In order to achieve an even haircut, I recommend using short vertical movements. Avoid cutting your hair following the shape of your head. Once you're done with both sides, you're going to come in with your scissors. Grab a comb and you're going to trace a vertical line. Take that section, place it between your fingers and slide them down. Your fingers are going to be your guide, so when you cut your hair, the line is straight. The way you place your hands is very important in order to avoid getting weird lines in your haircut, so I really recommend placing them exactly as shown in the video and using your fingers as a guide to cut your hair. And now you're going to repeat this step over and over again, working your way around your head. By doing this, we're going to blend in the top area where your hair is longer with the bottom area where your hair is shorter. Just take it easy and don't try to rush it. Once you do it a few times, you'll get the hang of it and know exactly how to place your hands. Remember, using your fingers as a guide, you're going to place your hand like that and cut the excess hair. Once you've worked your way around your head, there's still one more place where you need to do this, and that is your crown section. This can be a little bit trickier, so if you need help, just ask someone to do it for you. Once that's done, we're going to do some touch-ups around the ear area. Just take your time because by having a neater and sharper outline, your haircut will look 10 times better. Also, don't forget about the neckline. You can either do this by using a mirror or you can ask someone to help you with it. This part is totally optional, but for those of you who really like the grading effect between the two areas, you can use hair thinning scissors and go over the areas you cut earlier. Don't be scared to use the scissors because the change is quite subtle, so there's no way you're going to ruin the whole haircut by using the scissors. Now it's time to cut the top section of hair. Again, the way you place your hand is the most important thing, so you want to trace a diagonal line with your fingers so that the hair is shorter on the back and longer at the front. Use your fingers as a guide and cut your hair. Let's change the perspective so you can see how he's placing his hands. So every time you take a new section of hair to cut it, this is how you place your hands. Usually when you cut the front section, you're going to cut it shorter on the sides and longer at the center, but he's going to cut it sideways because he likes to style it this way. If you want to go for the same look he's going for, all you need to do is take little sections of hair at a time and place your hands like this before cutting. One side is going to be obviously easier than the other, the most difficult side being the one where your hair falls, but just take it easy and work on little sections of hair at a time, cutting only small amounts of hair. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and leave your comments down below. And if you decide to recreate this haircut, just be sure to post your pictures on social media and tag me along so that I can check them out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channels and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on my website www.patryrjordan.com. Share the love with your friends and see you soon.